Greetings today in love, light, and wisdom to you all. It is November 11th, which has always been a very special day for me because it really helped aid in my own personal spiritual awakening when I started seeing 1111. Some of you may also see 1111, some of you may not, and I just wanted to go into it a little bit deeper. I made a video last year that you're welcome to watch on what the meaning meant to me. But, a year has passed by, and I wanted to explain a little bit more of, what I have discovered 1111 to mean. I do still see it in my life, and when I see it, I recognize that I'm on a particular type of spiritual path, and it kind of reaffirms things within me to see myself on a spiritual path that I have basically designed before space time, before I was born into this world. And I'm only getting a reminder of what it is that I wish to see in this world, what I want to experience, what did I come into this world to experience in order to spiritually develop more. And so many people will see 1111, and it has become a great phenomena. And I believe it is happening to those that are seekers in life, that they have been looking for affirmations about their deepest feelings, about their own spiritual awakenings, and they have been recognizing a pattern. And a lot of times 1111 comes to us numerically because it is a pattern that we can recognize when we see the numbers 1111 nearby each other. It catches our attention, and it shows this kind of pattern within the universe, and then this pattern is also established within our own lives. So I definitely think that those that see 1111 are those that are seekers, and they have been looking for a way out of just this kind of illusion. They're spiritual seekers. Now, if you do not see 1111, I believe that it doesn't mean that you don't have your spiritual awakening, but I believe that it's a different way of having a perspective on life. And when I have connected to those that have seen 1111, we don't even have to say much to each other because it's almost like we're already on the same vibration and understanding. But those that don't see 1111, I believe that they're awakening in a different kind of way. But there is a really interesting large movement of those that see 1111. Does it come from our angels? Does it come from, guiding spirits? Or is it just simply a reminder placed in this world for us to know that we're on the right path, that we have basically designed for ourselves in order to experience life before coming into this world? It could be a little bit of a signpost and just a quick reminder that we're on the right spiritual pathway towards our awakening and our unification with all things. Divine union with all things is something I personally have tried to always attain, and it's not really about attainment, it's more about just awakening, that I always am there, but I might not be really aware of it in a particular moment that I'm in. So those that see 1111, they may have a different type of understanding of what 1111 means, but I do believe that it definitely symbolizes oneness and unity, and especially with so many people seeing 1111 and recognizing it. Does it mean to make a wish? I made that video last year and I said it's not necessarily about wishing, but it's rather awakening and remembering that you are already one with everything and that you have this power to manifest in your life. So it's not necessarily like when you see 1111, you make a wish at that very moment. It's about kind of a deja vu moment or an awakening that happens to you when you see 1111, and then it's a reminder that you are basically creating this reality and you're creating this life, and that you have more power to you than you may recognize within yourself in other moments. So 1111 comes to you just to remind you of this kind of inner power to create. And I truly have used 1111 in this way. Whenever 1111 comes to me at certain times in my life, I will just kind of think about why I am seeing 1111, and then it will affirm kind of this belief that I have had in me, and then it will help me later on to kind of keep progressing down that path that I have already kind of set in motion. And I talked about this before on the Palladian University video about universe natural laws. And so there's this kind of momentum that carries through in your life, and the patterns that we recognize are kind of the rhythm of the universe. And the universe really works in a mathematical way, in the idea that we design divine order through sacred geometry and through mathematical equations that people can recognize as patterns. And this universe is very much comprised of numbers, so a lot of times the numerical reminders that we get have very significant meaning. And so 1111 has that particular meaning to those that see it. And so they might think, well, make a wish, but really what it means is that you already have the power to manifest everything that you desire in your life, and you only are just getting a spiritual reminder about that from your higher self. Just like the Oracle told Neo in The Matrix, if you know about that movie, she said something very important to Neo, that you did not come to make a decision. You came here to remember why you made that decision in the first place. Very much 1111 is kind of like that. When you see 1111, it's more about looking back at your life in hindsight, and also getting that affirmation within yourself that you can create, and that you have this power to manifest what you want in life, even though sometimes we get kind of stuck in life and we feel like everything happens to us, and instead we can be the cause instead of being affected by the cause of others. So it's a very important reminder that I take very seriously. And in that moment, you can just recognize when you see 1111 yourself, and just kind of think to yourself, what is it that you want to achieve in this world? Are you getting that kind of affirmation at that time? Are you on the right path? Or in that moment, are you getting a message that maybe you need to retrace your steps and go back? Or maybe you are getting an affirmation that you are going the right way, to be more patient with yourself and gentle with yourself, and just to keep on moving forward. Only you can know what 1111 means to you at that particular time, because you'll see it on a receipt, you'll see it on maybe a license plate, you'll see it maybe opening up a page of a very big book. You'll see 1111 in a different way, especially looking at clocks, like digital clocks. 1111 will show up, especially on your cell phone. That's when I see 1111 a lot. And you don't make 1111 happen or come to you. It's a moment of just kind of timing it within your life, and you'll be just doing something else, and then all of a sudden you'll turn on your cell phone and then you'll see 1111 pop up. That's how it happens to me. So it's not necessarily that you're waiting for the 1111, you're just kind of being aware when you see it. And in that moment of awareness, try to remind yourself why you are seeing it, and what is that reminder about your ability to create, and also ability to remember why you came here and why you are experiencing the type of life that you are in. It's very much how the Oracle was saying to Neo, that you did not come here just to make a choice. You came here also to go through this process of realization of why did you make that choice. And these are what aids to the spiritual development of the soul, so that the next incarnation, and you move forward and forward until eventually you are one with everything, and you feel that within a lifetime. And then there is no telling where you can end up next after you leave from this earth, already in oneness with the divine, with everything that is in the universe, both good, bad, everything in this universe. You just recognize where it comes from as part of you, that it comes from a place that is you at the highest level of existence, you and I, and we are one. So 1111 has that meaning to many people when they say we are one. Many people that I have had conversations with, when we do see 1111 or we recognize something about that number, generally there's this kind of namaste idea around it, the idea that we are one, and we are recognizing that at that very moment we are being mirrors for one another, and just reminding each other that although we have very different lives and although we have our own subjective experience, ultimately we are one, and we are united under this same energy field that we all share. And I believe that we're getting that reminder more and more, because it is a point in time in which all souls are coming together and are recognizing their oneness and their unity, so that we can create a new world together, new rules, new laws, new everything, just the way that we live. I mean, this world is changing into the new earth, as they call it, where the earth won't go anywhere, but it'll be raising into the new dimension of reality, and we will all be living in the fifth dimension, which will be a different set of priorities and alignment within all our souls, and it can only get better from here. And I truly do believe that, although there are powers out there that are working against this, I will say that in the end they won't win. That when you are on the side of unity and oneness with everything, you've already won. You've already won, because the universe works on that continuum that we are all from the same source that created the Big Bang. Consciousness, awareness, awakening, and splitting off and fragmenting into many different parts. That is us. And we are just putting the pieces back together again, so that one day we can awaken truly more into our oneness as a subtle growth towards it, and bring in a new society and a new earth based on that oneness and that unity that we share and recognize within one another. So I hope that this helped explain things to you. And also, when you see 1111 next time, just give yourself that reminder that you have the power to create. And then from there, it hopefully will give you more confidence and assurance in yourself as a creator being, a very powerful creator being, in which you can create from any place in your life. No life is broken. No situation is too difficult to fix. It is all within your hands. It is all within your power. Everything in your life is. You wouldn't have it in your life if you couldn't. Remember, you're not here to make a choice and go through those situations. You are here to understand why you made that choice, and why you are going through your spiritual awakening, and what you are getting closer to. That's all I can say about that. But I hope that this helped you, and I will see you all in the next video. Happy 11/11.